Hello, my yarny friends. Boy, I tell you what, I was reading all the comments that y'all are posting here on YouTube for this video, and I'm telling you, it sounds like everybody's had some crazy weather this week. Kim, is your sister okay? That tree you said, would it fall through her roof? Oh my goodness. I had a friend of mine in Tulsa, her name's Diane. A tree went all the way through the center. They had this huge tree and it fell and it right down through the center of her home and just split her home in half. They literally had to rebuild the center of her home. So that crazy wind and storms is not anything to play with. Okay, how is everybody? Well, welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara. That's me. I'm so glad you're all here. I know it's an exciting day because I'm going to announce the winner of the July giveaway. And y'all know I love giveaways. I love giving stuff away. All right, so every Tuesday we try to do this, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. If you don't know what time that is in your time zone, just Google it. Go online and say, what is 10:30 in Central Time in my time zone? And just put your state, it'll tell you. Google is our friend. It's mine anyway. I always check it for spelling because sometimes I think the spell checker's not right. And I'm like, that doesn't look right. So I'll check it on Google. I'm like, yeah, that was right. Spelling has always been one of my things. I'm a great speller. I just second guess myself all the time. All right, so what I want to do first, of course, is clinkety clink clink in. And I decided to use my Mercantile Pioneer Woman cup today since our giveaway is Pioneer Woman yarn and crochet hooks. So clinkety clink clink clink. I'm drinking iced coffee today. It was an accident. So I filled up my coffee. I usually have a half a cup before we start, and then I'll fill it back up and have a whole cup. Well, right as it was time to start sitting down and getting things together, Rosie's whining at the back door to go out back. So I set my cup down, and usually I'll take it out with me and walk around with her sometimes. And I'm doing really well. By the way, I had a really rough weekend with my back and sciatica, but this morning I'm feeling great. And I did have my treatment yesterday, and they've been upping the weight of the pounds that they use for the depression. Anyway, the distraction. Anyhow, I'm feeling really great today, and so I thought I'd just walk around. I walked through the garden, and then all of a sudden I looked down. I'm like, oh, it's 10 after. I got to get back in there. And so I'm like stressed, and I come back in. I'm like, oh man, my coffee's cold. Well, I've got Irish creamer in there, so I thought I'll just throw some cubes in there, and it's just yummy. It's like a cold Starbucks creamy coffee. Although I'm not a fan of Starbucks. If you are, that's okay. I just think their coffee tastes a little burnt. That's just my opinion. Like they overprocess the beans or something, or maybe I'm just a little, picky. I love Folgers coffee, and the coffee that I get at Aldi, which is the Aldi brand coffee, it tastes just like Folgers to me, and so I really like it, and it's a lot cheaper. If you have an Aldi store near you, oh my word, and with everything being so expensive, go to Aldi. They have the best meats. They have the best produce. As a matter of fact, I like Aldi's vegetables and fruits better than Staple. I'm not going to tell you. You know why? Because I don't want to say another place, but it's a place that says they have great produce. I don't like to be negative. All righty. So we clinked in. And before we do that, I do want to show you something. I've had a lot of questions about trying to find my playlists on YouTube, okay? So I'm gonna talk about this for just a second to give people time to get in here, because I want as many people in here as possible, just in case there's someone who won, okay? All right, so I'm gonna grab my iPad here. And what I have here, I'm gonna click to this other camera so you can see. And of course, this is the giveaway we're giving away today. Well, what I have here is my iPad. And if you go to that light is shining on it. I'm so sorry about that. if you go to my YouTube channel, it looks like this. Sara Sach Crochet Designs. Under here, see where it says playlists? Right here. I'm going to click that. And now what happens is all the playlists come up and you can choose. Okay? And I'm going to tilt it so that it doesn't have that glare. You can go through here, Friday Fun Day, Stitch of the Month, okay? And everything you can even think of, I have categories for. All right? There's my sister when we did one. All right, so, but right here, let me keep going. It says Christmas crochet patterns. You can click that, and all of the Christmas crochet patterns I've done through the 7 years here on YouTube will come up. And then you can just click it.
Have a good one.
And I'm going to turn that off because that's a commercial. We don't want to see that. But anyway, that's how you find the playlists on my YouTube channel. And the truth is, every channel has these playlists. Okay? Or they should. And it just makes it so much easier. I have over, I think, 1,200 patterns. And that doesn't count my live videos or my extra stuff. That's just video tutorials, okay? And it's really hard to look through all that stuff to try to find what you're looking for. And so, okay, Naughty Bear is not my channel. Cheryl, that's one that I suggested you go and look at. He's brand new and it is really fun. So I am glad you subscribed to it. But anyway, I have so many YouTube videos for crochet patterns that's really hard to find. Now you can go to that search. Let me pull this back up so I can show you what I'm talking about for the search. Okay. Let me go back to my, come on. Okay. On here, if you look, I need to go back one more. There we go. Okay, so here is my channel, right? Okay. I didn't click the screen. Hang on. I am so silly. Okay, so here's my channel, right? Now, this is where all my newest stuff comes up. Okay, you've got a few playlists down here and, you know, stuff like that. Okay, now, if you go to this right up here, see that? I don't know if you can see that. It's a circle that looks like a magnifying glass. You can click that, and then it says search, and you can put in all your searches that you're looking for up there as well. Okay, and so that's just a neat feature if you want to search, but it's a lot easier if you know who wrote the pattern or what you're looking for. For instance, oh, but anyway, if you know what you're looking for, and you say, let's just take Repeat Crafter. She's an excellent designer. She does lots of really fun patterns, and you know she made a pattern you're looking for, but you don't know the name of it. You can go to her YouTube channel and then look in her playlists. Okay? Because a lot, I mean, just like mine, it just makes it so much easier to find what you're looking for. Okay? And I have a lot because I have a lot of videos, and I've tried to categorize it so that I don't have a gazillion playlists. That's why I put like headbands and hats. You know, things like that together. I put bath and kitchen. That way washcloths will be, that are for either one, you'll find it in those playlists. Okay? I just wanted to talk about that for just a second, just because I get lots of questions. What's a playlist? Where's a playlist? You know, so anywho. All right, are we ready to find out who the winner is? Now I'm going to click back over here again, like I should have a second ago. This is what our giveaway is today. All right. Now, all of these went on clearance. You won't be able to find them anymore. These are the Pioneer Woman, the 5 colors they put out in the light 3 acrylic yarn. I felt bad because I went in, they still had them, so I bought one of each. Okay. And then I also picked these up, $10 for this complete set. Some of you were able to find them, some of you weren't, and it made me feel bad. And so I thought, since I picked one of each up, I don't really need it. It was just a good buy. I'm going to give it to you guys as a giveaway. for the July giveaway. Okay. Now, I will tell you that I do have a pattern that I'm working on using my leftovers of these. That way you can have something to try if you do win this. Okay. All right. So the 5 balls or skeins. Thanks for the drum rolls, guys. I love that. And this complete set. And I believe there's 8 hooks in here. Let me look again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I didn't open it because I didn't want it open. I wanted it to stay in its container when I sent it, okay? And they have the nice handles on them. See those nice handles? And this is one of my favorites. It's called Sweet Rose of her patterns. And I'm glad they used that one. Okay, so I'm getting ready to announce the winner. And I'm going to reiterate or repeat myself one more time so that you understand. Never, ever, look me in the eyes, never, ever put your email address, your shipping address, your phone number, or any information in a live comment anywhere. And that means never put it on a post on Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube, anywhere. Never, ever put that out there because spammers will grab that and then they'll do something with it. So you don't ever, ever, ever want to do it. So anyway, I'm laughing because Naughty Bear said, you tell him, Mama. I'm going to be your crochet mama today, okay? I guess I probably am your crochet granny. Okay, so what you need to do, if I announce your name as the winner, there's 2 ways you can contact me. You can go underneath this video when it's all done, down to where it says my website. Click that, and then there's a little tab that says email us or contact us. Click that, and it'll shoot you an email. Now, you will have to pick if you want. I think if you're using an iPad, you have to use Safari or something like that. You'll have to click how you want to do the email if you're not already on the same, like Google or Instagram, or not Instagram, Google or, okay, I forgot what I'm saying. Anywho, you can contact me through that contact tab. I'm trying to think what my email service is, my brain, Gmail. Okay, because it's okay. So then also, you can go to Posh Pooch Designs Facebook page. That's my business page. Now, I realize we do Coffee and Crochet with Sara, and on YouTube it's Sara Sach Crochet Designs. I originally, 150,000 years ago, because I'm an old lady, started as Posh Pooch Designs. And so you can go there and send me a message. So there's 2 ways you can contact me. I'm just trying to keep you safe, guys, because spammers are everywhere. Okay? All right. Now, back to the winner's name. All right. Are you ready? The winner of the 5 skeins and the crochet hooks is Diane Donaldson. D-I-A-N-E, Diane Donaldson. D-O-N-A-L-D-S-O-N. Congratulations, Diane. Now, send me an email or message. Okay? And number 2, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say it again. I will not chase you down. You have to chase me down, okay? Once you email me or message me, you need to send me your email address so I can give you your tracking. But if you email me, I'll get it and I can put it in there so that you can track your package. Number 2, if you send it to me through a message, you'll need to give me your email address if you want the tracking. But either way, I'll send you the tracking. I'll just send it to you back in the message, okay? Because I send it USPS priority with tracking. And I know it's a little more expensive, but I've had stuff get lost in the past, like I always say, and I want you to get your prize, okay? All right. Congratulations, Diane Donaldson. All right. I am going to move this stuff because we are going to talk about some other things, and I want to use my camera. So I'm going to set this over here. I'm going to disappear for a second. I'm back. Okay. So what we're going to do next is we're going to talk about the yarn of the week. And this is some new yarn I just got in from Premier. And these are some brand new colors. And I ordered in these specific colors. I'm setting them out here so that I could make a fall tablecloth. All right, so let's get back over to the other camera. This one's, I lost the paper for it. I don't know what I did with it. It's probably over there in the box. This is the Premier Cotton Flare. It is a light number 2. They call that fine. I like being fine. So it's a Premier, it's Cotton Flare, and 317 yards, 3.5 ounces, okay? So this is not 100% cotton yarn. This yarn is 52% cotton and 48% acrylic. All right, like I said, each one is 3.5 ounces, 317 yards. Now you'll notice this one's a little bit different. These have got like a cone or a cardboard inside. This one doesn't. It's just squishy. These 3 are new colors, and there are 34 colors of Cotton Flare. All right, and I love this stuff. It makes really nice blouses and shawls and things like that, wraps. And I'm going to make a tablecloth. I think it'd be beautiful with this yarn. Okay, so it is machine washable, but on this one, it says do not tumble dry. You need to lay it out to dry, which is fine. I can lay it out on my table on my back patio, let it dry in the sun. Now, don't forget, when you're using a yarn that's dark, when you wash it in the rinse cycle, put in a little bit of white distilled vinegar, and it will help it not bleed the color. Because I'm going to be using this lighter color, and I don't want this orange and gold to bleed into that lighter color. All right, and this is a new yarn. I did not write how much it is. I'm sorry about that. Okay, now I am a Premier Yarn affiliate, and I will put the link so that you can go and look at these underneath this video if you want to go and look at all the colors. They have 34 colors, and there are 9 new colors, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to go and look at them right now. I want you to go and look at them. And one of the neat things that you need to remember about Premier yarns is they really try really hard to, how do I put this? Meet the demands of what the people want and need. In other words, we asked for ombres. What did they do? They made ombres. We asked for gradient that is more longer striping. What did they do? They made gradient cakes. And they're both beautiful. And so I am a big fan, even before I became an affiliate, of Premier Yarns, just because I love them. And I have never once been disappointed from a Premier yarn. And so these are some of their new colors. I showed you the new colors of the Cotton Home last week. And then I also showed you the new yarn the week before that, which was the gradient. Okay, and I know I show you a lot of Premier yarns, but they're just so worth it. Now, where can you find Premier yarns besides on their website? Okay, Cheryl McGee says they're $5.99 a ball. Thank you for looking that up real quick. I guess I could have. I've got my iPad right here. Guess I got a little lazy on that one. Anywho, I totally forgot what I was saying when I saw your comment. Okay, where can you find Premier yarns? A lot of people ask me this because I order them from Premier Yarns. I order once a month. I set myself on a budget, and I try to see what's coming out new or what's on sale. And when you go to Premier Yarns website, be sure and click that and get the email. Have them send you the emails because they have stuff on sale all the time. And when you go to the website, there's a tab up there that says sale. Click it, and it'll have clearance and sales, and also things that are like millions in bags and things like that you can really get some good bargains on. Because I'm not afraid to get some millions. I'm not. They're great yarns, and I've used them lots. Okay, so the other thing is they're really good at following up. In other words, if you ordered something and it's like out of stock or something, but it showed it was in stock, but it was out of stock later, they always let you know. And so I didn't put my email address out there. Sorry. If you want to email me, you can click my website that's underneath this video. Click on the website, and then there's a tab that says contact me. Click that, and that'll shoot me an email. Okay? Alrighty. All right, now, most of the time you can't be an affiliate for a yarn company unless you have a blog where you post patterns or a YouTube channel. Or something like some people do it basically on TikTok. They write patterns and put them on there, or on Instagram. Okay, you have to have a place where you can share what you're doing. Okay, so, but I mean, it doesn't hurt to try. I've been affiliates with other yarn companies, and I'm going to be honest with you, I was never treated the way Premier Yarn treats me wonderfully. And they are some of the nicest people, and really good at information, contacting you. Yeah, they just keep you in the know. In the past, when I've worked for other yarn companies, yarn would just show up at my door with no explanation, no letting you know it's coming or what they wanted from it. I mean, it's just interesting, you know. So anyway, what would their equivalent be to Peaches and Cream? I would say the Premier Cotton Home. It's a little softer than Peaches and Cream, but it is pretty, and there's a lot of the colors that are similar. The Premier Cotton Home is a great cotton yarn for washcloths and dishcloths and those kinds of things that you make with cotton. Although it's soft enough, you could make hats and other things with it as well. Okay? All right, let's move along to what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs. I'm going to put these over here because I need to take those with me because I have a place out in my other room where I do a lot of designing. And I am already designing right now for fall. And even, of course, Christmas. But anyway, I want to show you what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. I have two items here. I'm going to show you this one first. Let me set this out here. Now, remember last week I showed you the gnome hat. Let me move that out of the way there. All right, so here's the gnome hat that we made that I had on last week. I am not putting it on this week. It is so hot in this house. My air conditioner cannot keep up. All right, so someone said we need a gnome beard. So I made one in a beige. And I thought, well, I've got this neat yarn. I'm going to make this one fuzzy. And I did. It's so cute. The yarn that I used is this. This is Hobby Lobby Ethereal Eyelash. It is... this one in the beige is just a medium weight number 4 acrylic. I love this yarn. Okay. It's like I think it was called Toasted Almond, but I can't remember. All right. So then I picked these up and they have this in white, this cream color. I think this is ivory. Yes. And this one, let's see. I can't even remember what this one's called either. Let's see. Color Oat. And I thought they're perfect for the beards, but they're labeled as a 5. But if you look at it, where did I put that other one? Here it is. This is the one that I did the other one. You can see that the yarn is very similar in size. The only difference is the reason this is labeled as a 5 is it has these little extra fuzzy pieces. Okay? And so I did the pattern exactly the same and we got the same size out of both. So you can use those if you want to, or one that has fuzzy on it. Or you can use just the beige, and it goes along with it. If you want to see a picture of me in the hat and the beard, you can go to the YouTube video where I made the beard. I was accused of wanting to be a bank robber. So, anywho, this is what we did this week, okay? You can find the video, of course, on my blog. I also put the links for my videos each week that I do underneath this video. You can just click that and it'll take you to the video. And it's just super funny. And what I wanted to do is make it so, I'll put it on, so that you can just hook it on your ears. Of course, you have to have bigger ears than me, I guess. There we go. All right. And you can also make it longer. You can make it go into a point if you want to. And the best way to adjust this is really just to go up a hook size or down a hook size. or maybe go up to thicker yarn and use a bigger one if you need it bigger, you know, things like that. But I didn't want to put any loops on it or any fringe or any of that. I wanted it to be able to be removed. I mean, if you want to be a gnome for Halloween and you get hot, you want to take that beard off, you know, or the same thing. These are great for what I call photo props. If you want to do a whole family of gnomes, you can make one of these hats for all your relatives. Make some of them beards. And the cutest ones in the beards, of course, are the littles, you know. And so that's one of the things we did this week. The other thing that we did was this pillow. This is our little Christmas stuffy pillow. It's super cute. It is made with the Premier yarn. I believe it was I'm going to have to look on my thing here. It was the Parfait. The green is called Seaweed, and then the yellow is called Summer Squash. Super cute. Now, you could leave it like this and just have, you know, solid ones sitting up for decorations. You could add a face. You could leave the face off. And these are just buttons and decorations. And I used safety eyes. Now, if you're making this for a child, I suggest you embroidery on the face, or maybe things that they cannot pull off, because you don't want them biting off one of your decorations and choking on it, okay? But if you're making it for a small child, you can always do appliques. You could take some yellow and make, you know, some stitching or whatever, and just make it for, you know, whoever you're making it for. If you're making it for someone who loves cats, put some kitty cats on there. Maybe dog paws, things like that. And different things that people are into. I saw some penguin buttons also. But I found these candy cane ones, and I thought they were just perfect. Isn't that cute? But I've got some little stockings. I added some little packages at the bottom. You know, just a fun little stuffy. And you know, my grandgirls are gonna love these. I think it would make a great game. You know, you're stuck inside if it's cold where you are for Christmas. You can put a basket out, make a bunch of these, toss them in the basket. And the thing is, I made these with bulky number 6. If you make these with smaller yarn, you can make them smaller. Make a bunch in different sizes. They're just a really basic, you know, double crochet pattern that's a lot of fun to make. This is our little Christmas tree stuffy pillow is what we called it. And again, you can find that video underneath this video, because I always put the videos on there. And remember, every one of my patterns has a written pattern with pictures and a video. Okay, now a lot of my old patterns don't have videos because we're still going through a lot of the old ones, updating them and adding a new video and making sure they're being retested. Plus, a lot of my really old videos or my really old patterns were used different yarns, and so we're trying to do that as well, finding something that's similar that will look really pretty. Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading Kim's thing. She said he has your rocket in Turkey. I didn't read the first one. She says, I love your pillows. I'm making him. My great nephew loves your little pillows. Yeah, I love making them because they're not tiny little ammies. Because I can't do the tiny little ammies very much, because they just really, if you go down, lower than that, the crochet hooks just really, all that tight stitching really hurts my fingers because I have arthritis. But when I can make an ammy like this, it's a nice size. It's not really an ammy. That's why I call it a little stuffy pillow. But of course, amigurumi just means, little stuffed animal in Japanese, I believe. So, it's a neat word that I never pronounce correctly. All right. Now, the last thing that we talked about was the last video that we did last week, or not the last video, the video that we did last week with our this and that videos that we do each week, asking questions and things like that. I asked you, what are your thoughts on Christmas in July? And I gave you just a little bit of history that I found. I read several different blogs and different things. And so I just looked up a little bit of history on what is Christmas in July. How did it start and all that. And I give you some of that in that video. And then I ask you, what are your thoughts? Is it naughty? Is it nice? And I had my naughty but nice shirt on. My husband thinks it's funny, but I just thought it was fun to wear that shirt. Okay, so That's everything. I know it's a lot. It is a lot. I know I always try to cover a lot of things. So what I would like to tell you is, when we do our Tuesday video, it's basically a recap of the last 7 days. And someone asked me, how come it's on Tuesday? Why don't you do it on Monday? Then I've had people say, why don't you just do it on Friday and catch everybody up? But really the way that I do the week, just so that you understand how the week goes, is my crochet week starts on Monday. And on Monday, I usually put out what I call just a basic video, YouTube video tutorial. Almost every Monday I'll have a tutorial. It could be anything from a hat to a scarf to a blanket to, a pillow, anything like any type of video, but it's usually going to be, or pattern, I mean, it's usually going to be a tutorial, a crochet tutorial. Then on Tuesday, we have our live video. When I began doing live videos years ago, I've been doing the live one 4 or 5 years, something like that. I can't remember now. I asked people, what day of the week is best for you? What time of day? I did a big poll. And at the time, I was in Parker, Colorado, and it ended up being 9:30 Colorado time when everybody time was best, and on Tuesday. Well, it's been almost 2 years, I guess, since we moved down here. We were in the first house for about 6 months, and we've been in this house that we had built for about 1.5 years. Okay, and so when we moved down to Oklahoma, I decided rather than changing the time, because 9:30 in Parker, Colorado is 10:30 in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which we live in Yukon towards Mustang, which is a suburb of Oklahoma City. Okay, and so we're doing it at 10:30, and it seems to work okay. And I like doing it that time because it gives me time to get things together in the morning and make sure I got all my ducks in a row, which, sometimes I don't. I should say all my chihuahuas in a row. All right. Then on Wednesday, I usually do what I call a mini video. It's rarely over 10 minutes. And I try to discuss a subject like last week we did, do you like Christmas in July? We've discussed things like embroidery added to crochet or beads added to crochet, things like that. That's usually on Wednesday. It's just I call it the this and that video. Sometimes I'll say this, that, or the other thing, And then I don't do a video for Thursdays. Thursday is my planning day. And so what I do on Thursdays is I plan out months in advance yarns. I usually see what yarns that I have for my projects, and plan the videos and the tutorials and things like that in advance. Thursday is my planning day. Sometimes it's my sleeping day. I try to let myself sleep in at least till 6 on Thursdays in the morning, not in the evening. Friday, I almost always have what I call Friday Fun Day. Okay. On Fridays, I do Friday Fun Day. I got distracted by a face. Kim put a thinking face on there and it got me distracted. I'm easily distracted. Anywho, Friday is Friday Fun Day. I usually try to do something fun and different, not very deeply involved, things like that. That's just kind of fun. Sometimes it'll have to do with I don't know, different things. But on Fridays, I try to incorporate, if I'm going to incorporate beads or sequins or ribbons or just different types of things, maybe embroidery or something and stuff like that. When do I have my grandkids? Okay, that's a good question because what I usually have my grandkids Friday afternoon now because my youngest one, Zoe, is in gymnastics and she is at the gym all the time. And when she's not at the gym working and conditioning and all that stuff, she's at meets. And so it's really hard to spend time with her. Friday afternoon is her free time in the summer. Okay. When my grandkids that are older, of course, this year, Aiden is a junior and Callie is a sophomore. And so I have them Fridays all day during the summer. And then during the winter, I go pick them up after school and we spend the evening together, the three of us, me, Zoe, Callie, and Aiden. So I don't have them during the day anymore, except occasionally. Now, when I was having a lot of trouble with my back and I could not drive, I can drive now, but we can't go out and do a lot of stuff because I can't walk. I can't walk very far. But I'm getting there. I've been able to do a lot more. Anywho, so we just spend the afternoon playing games and puzzles and coloring. We love to paint, crafting, and stuff like that. And then usually right now, since Aiden has a new job, my husband takes him to work on Friday afternoons. And so it's just Friday's a busy day. But the thing is, I don't always film the video on the day that it's released. Like the video for tomorrow, I've already done all the filming for it. I just have to do the picture editing and the video editing and the music and all that stuff and put it together. And so Friday's video, I do the same thing. I usually go ahead and film it on Thursday, and then I post it on Friday and get it all ready. Okay, so it's a lot of organization. And I used to be so rigid and organized that I was unable to even change anything. And since I've had grandkids, I have learned to be more flexible. I mean, my kids will tell you when they were growing up, I was rigid. I mean, you had to be at school on time. You had to be picked up where you were supposed to be, things like that. Plus, I was a manager at Walmart for 16 years, something like that. And then before that, I was a stalker, worked my way up. So, yeah. So, I just had to be rigid. I had to make sure they were where they needed to be and, all that. And so now I've learned to be more relaxed, and my grandkids get away with everything. I make sure they have all the junk food they need, all the soda and the chocolate. I am that grandma. Yes, I am. And we just play and have fun the whole time they're here, because that's what it's all about, just making memories. All right, so I've rattled on enough about my amazing grandkids. If you all wanted to meet my sister that was here a couple weekends ago, my husband, his father had passed away, and I couldn't go with him, so he flew down to Las Vegas to take care of a lot of that stuff. They live outside of Las Vegas. Anyway, my sister came down and spent a couple of days with me, and it was so wonderful having her here. She's so much fun, and she didn't mind pushing me around in a wheelchair through the stores and Goodwill, and I even drove the electric thing in Walmart. And we just had so much fun and laughed so hard. And then her son came up on that, I think it was Saturday evening, brought us pizza and stayed and chatted for a while. And it was just so much fun. I do send him home wired, Heidi, but it's not my problem. Was it you fill them up with sugar and send them home? Although I do make them eat some food. I mean, I make them chicken nuggets and French fries. Okay, so anyway, we're heading after 11 now, so I'm going to let you go. I've probably given you way too much information. Let's bottom line this, as I say. Congratulations to our winner, Diane Donaldson. Please email me or message me as soon as you can, because the quicker you email me and message me, the quicker I can send out your winning gift. Okay? Well, I'm going to let you go on that, and I'll see you next week.